fitness training. They'll also have lectures on diet, wardrobe direction, and there'll also be successful interview techniques that they will go through, plus mock interviews, and also talent workshops. We have in the team, on the production side, we are using a Gambian team that are specialized in beauty consultancy and other areas. And we're hoping that out of this reality TV, we'll produce about 3 episodes.
And how long would you, do all these activities before the program proper? How long will it take for you to do all these activities within these 2 weeks?
Well, what's happening is within that 1 week, like I said, on boot camp, you're actually having, like you said, timetable. And within that, we're going to fit in sessions where we'll have experts come in and give talks to these girls. And, and then there's an interactive session where the girls are free to ask questions. Apart from the beauty aspect and hygiene, the health and beauty care, we're also hoping to get involvement of the Ministry of Health, maybe to talk to the girls on aspects of ladies. There's a hot topic now about cervical cancer and all of those things. Those things are things that could be things. And it's also a way of the ministries to bring awareness also to the public who are watching. And we're also going to include maybe a segment from education where they'll talk about a certain activity that is a hot topic of discussion. And through that, by the time these ladies leave the competition, you have actually groomed a group of them that are prepared to go out in the world, and these are our future leaders.
Wow, well, viewers out there, let me just remind you that you're watching the 4th edition sensitization program on Miss 22nd July Scholarship Pageant. Honorable Minister Fatuma's job. When we talk about bringing culture back, can you do it alone, or do you have support from other institutions? If you do so, can you please
Well, in terms of
elaborate
culture, I think it's everybody's business. To preserve our culture, to revive our culture is everybody's business. Of course, we are grateful to His Excellency the President. He has been the champion. He revived our culture through the festivals he organized, through supporting our artists, through supporting anybody who have anything to do with preserving our culture. He also promotes the culture by sponsoring artists. You want to produce a CD, you want to do any cultural performance, he is there to support you. So by everybody's business, meaning we're looking at support, setting up an endowment fund, for instance, to help the artist. Also to help the community organized festival, we need a fund for that. We're also looking at having a collecting society. We have reached a stage whereby we are going to have a general assembly to actually set up the board of the collecting society, have a president, and we can then use the law that we already have to protect the creators' work, the artists' work, the producers' work. But culture in itself is everybody's responsibility, is everybody's business. When it comes to education, the children you have in the schools, we as parents also have a role to play in our culture. How do we as parents portray our culture? How do we preserve our culture? What do we do? What do we put on? What do we say? The things that we do at home affects our children of tomorrow. So culture is everybody's responsibility.
Culture is everybody's responsibility. Madam Minister Fai, what success have you registered since 2008?
Wow, a lot of success. The key one is the fact that we have a number of our girls enjoying scholarships. As I said before, the first 100 was given scholarships. They were all given scholarships. And from that group, 3 of them are currently doing degree programs abroad, sponsored by His Excellency the President personally. In fact, as soon as they finished, one of them got acceptance in the UK, and he paid for the tuition, the boarding and lodging for that one, and she did exceptionally well. And through her program, because of her success, she was given a scholarship of about £1,000 in her next program, and His Excellency the President picked up the rest. She's now doing aeronautic technology.
Wow.
And there is another one in the UK doing manufacturing engineering. There's a third one that is doing high voltage electricity. So this is a great achievement because we are now beginning to see the girls and indeed the women of this country going into higher education in the male-dominated areas. I don't think the girls and women in this country have thought about going into aeronautic technology. We now have one doing a degree program in that. There are others in the University of the Gambia in various fields. So for me, it's a great achievement for the fact that the opportunity has been created to allow the girls to believe in themselves, first and foremost, and endeavor to go into areas that women were not going into before.
Again, I mean, as the Minister overseeing higher education, what are the, can you please give us a brief, information about the mode of preparation for the tertiary institutions in terms of this competition?
Well, what we do at the level of the National Organizing Committee is to provide resources for them to hold their competitions. And then when they set a date, they inform us and we go and participate. The Permanent Secretary 2 of the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology has been working closely with the tertiary institutions to ensure that they hold their preliminaries. And almost all of them have completed their preliminaries, save one or two of them, which they will do by this weekend. So we are set to hold the pageant on the 15th. And I want to use the opportunity to once again call parents to encourage their children to come on board. This is not like any beauty pageant.
If you say on the 15th,
it's beauty of September.
Of September,
yes.
Where
at the Paradise Suites Hotel.
Well,
and they have a new hall now called the Penchabi Hall. That's where it's going to be held.
How many people will that hall accommodate?
Well, we're working on about 2,000 people.
Then that hall must be bigger than, or the biggest hall in the Gambia.
Looks like it. It looks like it. And interestingly, the first edition was held in the lawn where that hall is sitting. And that is quite important in this fourth edition. If people remember, the first edition was held at the lawn where the new hall is built.
Honorable Moch,
yes, sir.
With your experience, both local and international, in terms of beauty pageants, how do you see this year's beauty pageant?
Pageant with a difference.
Wow.
Pageant with a difference.
Tell me.
And just to talk about just a little bit on culture, to support the idea, is that we're emphasizing that all the outfits that the young ladies will wear, from casual wear to evening wear, will all be cultural, have an African theme, African fabric. This time we're not introducing anything that is non-Gambian.
Bokk yi ñoo déglu yéen a ngi ñuy seetaan fii ci GRTS Boti Gambia ñuy wax mbirim ñoŋante jigéen ci yokk seeni xam-xam. Fatou Mass bu ñu waxee culture ak tourisme, culture dina tax ñeneen jóge ci beneen réew, kon yéen waajur yi ñuy seetaan kii dina leen wax li tax ñu indi waxtaan wi ci wolof ak nasaraan pour waajur yi mun a bàyyi seeni njaboot ñu ñëw seetaan, waajur yi seetaan seeni doom ñëw bokk ci ñoŋante bi ndax dafa tax ñu mun cee jógee yokk seeni xam-xam. Fatou Mass.
jërëjëf Maam Tamsir, li tax ñuy waxtaan ak suñ seetaankat yi mooy pour wax leen ne liñ war a def luy njëriñ suñ doom yi la. suñ mbiri aada bi pour suñ doom yi xam ko loolu ñoom ñooy nekk suñ magi ëllëg dañ ko war a jëfoo comme ñun suñ kilifa yi lañ koo jëfoo te